check.
Could you hear all that?
And file criminal charges.
A little bit.
Tax mediation services
Unbelievable.
is accredited by the Better Business
I
Bureau.
tried booking
Our
a
team of
room.
tax attorneys and enrolled agents can
never
stop
mind.
collections and get you protected.
Hey, Facebook
if you
folks.
owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, call now for a free case review and a price protection
Realize I
guarantee
just
quote
went live
at
on Facebook.
800-207-1265. 800-207-1265.
This is Business 1110.
Coming on.
11:10.
The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
But it should.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Welcome to the show.
Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Mics are hot.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio. You know, it's so fun when I see people react to my videos on Facebook. I appreciate that. That makes it a lot of fun. It's also fun when people interact during the show. And, I have to say, I love making a difference in people's lives. It's just, it's amazing when you see someone get excited about a different future than what they thought they were on. You know, some people, people that I'm hanging around with, they're excited about 2019. But I know there's a lot of people that they think that 2019 is just going to be a whole lot like 2018 was. But, it's amazing to me how really, really smart people can sometimes make decisions based on an absence of information that really has, some really strong long-term financial impacts. And, there's a lot of people that I know that like to buy real estate, single-family houses, and their goal would be to have, let's say, 10 paid-for rental houses or 20 paid-for rental houses. And what's amazing is that if your houses are going to appreciate, let's say 5 or 7% per year, then, 20 paid-for rental houses, let's say $150,000 per house. It's about $3 million in real estate. If it goes up 5%, that's about, $150,000 a year in appreciation. If it goes up 7%, that's about $210,000 a year. Which is, not a bad year, but you've got $3 million at work. So you're talking about 5% or 7% rates of return. But if instead you took that same $3 million, instead of having 20 paid-for properties, you could really leverage 5 to 1. In other words, you could take that $3 million and break it up into $30,000 chunks, buy 100 $150,000 houses. So you wouldn't have 20 paid for, you'd have 100 where you had 20% equity in them. And where that makes a difference is that you're going to get appreciation on 100 houses, not on 20. Because if you have $3 million worth of real estate that goes up 5%, it's $150,000. But if you go 5 times that, if instead of $3 million worth of real estate, you've got $15 million worth of real estate that you're controlling with $3 million, 5% of $15 million, that's like $750,000. So the same amount of capital deployed one way versus another way is a difference of like 5 times. What I can tell you is $150,000 of appreciation in a year is good, but $750,000 of appreciation is even better. So when you look at what are you doing this year to make a difference for next year, oftentimes it's not about being smart. It's really about being educated. In terms of, it's not any extra work, really, because you're not, you say, well, it's a lot more work to manage 100 houses than it is to manage 20. Well, if you're doing it yourself, yeah, there is. But if you're not doing it yourself, there's really not much more work to be done. And, is it too much work to where you say, hey, that's so much work, I'd rather make $150,000 than $750,000? Because really, I wouldn't say it's 5 times more work. Yeah, it's 5 times more rent checks. It's 5 times more, payments to make, all those kind of things. Five times more houses to pay property taxes on. It's 5 times more houses to have insurance on, all those kind of things. But it's your tenant paying for all of that. So if anybody were willing to teach me how to make $750,000 in appreciation versus $150,000 in appreciation, I'd be like, hey, sign me up for that. Well, we just had a weekend event. It's amazing when we finish a weekend event. We had our Wealth Through Real Estate Academy was just this past weekend. And it was a lot of fun. Had a good group of folks. And it's always fascinating to me when I get to the end of the event, when you get to the end of the day on Sunday, about 4:30, 5 o'clock on Sunday, and you start asking people, hey, man, did you learn anything? And they're like, oh, my gosh, I learned so much. And that's exciting that you can teach people that, especially when they're doing real estate already, but you can teach people that are doing real estate stuff that they don't already know, that is going to make $50,000 worth of difference or $75,000 worth of difference, or, just going to make huge differences on what it is that they're doing long term. And you understand the compound effect of what that means long term. But what's even more exciting is I know that everybody that comes to the event has certain expectations about what they're going to learn. And everybody says, it's not at all. The weekend was not at all what I expected it to be. What they say is it was better. And then I get really excited. And so what was interesting about this past weekend is everybody shows up and we make a list of, one of the things that I do when I start out is at the event is I ask, hey, what are some questions that you have right now that you feel like if you get this question answered, then what's going to happen is it's going to help you get unstuck from where you are. And it's going to help you get from where you are to where you're trying to get to in the shortest period of time. Most people think they know where they're already stuck. And it's just like, man, if I just got the answer to this one question. But after helping literally, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people get success in real estate, what I've discovered is most people really don't know where they're stuck. And the problem is if we knew where we were stuck and we could get ourselves unstuck, we wouldn't be stuck in the first place. So one of the truths I've discovered in life is when we get stuck, we need somebody else's help. When I was younger, I was that guy that wanted to figure out almost everything for myself. I was constantly in learning mode, and I had the advantage of time. I would read books, I would do all these things. Now what I discover is I really want to compress time. I really want to learn things as quickly as I can, or what I want to do is I want to build my network such that it's not me doing it, and it's not me that has to be the expert, but my network is such that I trust people to do it, and they're the experts and not me. There's a there's a saying, I think it's a Woodrow Wilson quote, that I want to use all the brains that I have plus all the brains that I can borrow. It's not just what you know, it's what does your collective network know? And when you put all that together, so oftentimes when I get stuck, I identify that I'm stuck really, really quick. And then I have a large enough network where I know experts in different fields and I say, hey, what's your opinion about this? And it's amazing how with one phone call and 30 seconds on a conversation, sometimes no more than 30 minutes, and somebody can give you an insight that really kind of unlocks that situation that you're in to where you see it from a different perspective from
2 minutes.
Where you were looking at it before. And then all of a sudden, it's like, man, why was I stuck in the first place? And one of the things that we teach at Right Path is that we have a very simple example of buying a single-family house. And I won't go through all the numbers right now, but essentially, you're talking about 40% rates of return between cash flow and leverage depreciation if you do it the way that we teach you. If you do it differently than that, then rates of return typically go down. And to put that in perspective, most people don't know how good of a rate of return that is. And to put that in perspective, when you look at a guy like Warren Buffett, and you realize that he's earned less than 20% over his lifetime of investing as an average year, which is, hey, that's when I say, I'm not meaning to make that sound like that's a bad thing. I mean, he's killed it. But he's done it on less than 20%. And imagine where he would be today if he had been earning 40% over the last 20, 30, 40 years. He'd probably be the first trillionaire in our country. It makes that much of a difference compounded over time. Over a year or two, that doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but just in 1 year, imagine, the difference in the example that I was talking about a little bit earlier. I mean, $150,000 of growth in a year or $750,000 worth of growth in a year on one comparison of an apples to an apples. I mean, it's a 5 times difference. Imagine that compounded over 5 years where that gets you. Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I've got a call-in number, 713-785-1817. Put your fear of calling behind you. Give us a call. Ask some questions. Be happy to chat with you. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hey, good morning, Jake. Good morning, Sonia.
Mics are off.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Billy.
Real estate investors, do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts. Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary repair work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or...
Hey, I've got Daniel's going to step in for me for a minute.
Each of our files is reviewed
by
a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call
Hey, man, how's it going?
346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825.
Hey, John, what's going on, buddy?
3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Jake,
the
how's it
founder
going?
inherited a great
Sonia, good morning.
investment property. Problem
What's up,
is, you
Billy?
don't know
What's up,
how
Andrew?
much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an
1 minute to
investor-friendly
showtime.
general
Thanks, sir.
contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992. Or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mics.
Welcome back to the show. For those of you that aren't following on Facebook, I did a little switch during the break. So you started with Tom. Now you've got me for a minute. Tom had to step away just for a second, so he will be back. So talking about what's your plan for next year. I can tell you that, here at Right Path, we've got quite a few plans. We've got a lot of changes and that sort of stuff going on. And one of the things that we realize that you'll hear Tom say a lot is that a lot of people spend more time planning their vacation than planning their life, right? And you can plan a vacation and get everything worked out all the way from the hotel room to the flights to the rental cars and everything that you need for that trip. And you can get that done in a fair amount of time. You got to make a couple phone calls, maybe do some stuff on the internet, that sort of stuff. But when it comes to planning your life, it takes a little more thought than that. And the fact that most people spend more time planning that vacation than their life, that's a pretty scary thing. And a lot of that, I think, is probably related to the fact that they're not in control, right? So if you're handing off your retirement future and your investments and that sort of thing to somebody that you think has your best interest at heart, right? If you look at the return you're getting, you can probably realize that they probably don't. But we don't have to plan, right? Because somebody else is in control. And as long as somebody else is in control, we're not responsible. But I'd like to argue with you that that's not a very good strategy. So sit down and plan your life. Plan, not just your business life and your financial future, but your personal life. I mean, nothing happens by accident, right? Where energy goes, where focus goes, the energy you put into stuff, and that's how you grow your life. That's how you increase, not just your net worth, but your relationships and things like that. So, we've sat down and mapped out what we want 2019 to look like for Right Path. We've got goals, and we've got, those goals broken down into steps, and you should be doing your life the exact same way. I'm actually going on vacation for with my family to Colorado, and, we took a little time to plan that out. But, we have time set aside during that trip, my wife and I, to sit down and plan out our 2019, what that looks like for our family, right? So, you should be doing the same. For us, it's, if you're just going by day to day and one day is not connected to the next, how many days, does it take for you to string together to finally get somewhere and get where you're going. And we ask people all the time, when you're investing in a 401k or an IRA and you're putting that money in every month or bi-weekly or whatever your pay structure looks like at your W-2 job and things like that. And 95% of the people that we ask, we say, hey, what are you invested in? And most of them don't even know. And when you're buying an investment, you want to buy low and sell high, right? Everybody knows that. It's age-old wisdom, right? Whether you're buying a product or a service or anything that you're going to resell, you want to buy low and sell high. Well, how do you know that you're buying low if you don't even know what you're buying, right? If you have no idea what's in your portfolio and what you paid for each individual thing, how do you even know that what you bought was even purchased low? And I'd like to argue that that's probably not the case. Because if you follow most financial advisors' advice, when a stock or something like that goes up, that's when they put it on a strong buy, right? And then when that same exact stock goes down, when it goes up, they tell you to buy, and when it goes down, they tell you to sell. Now, to me, that's a little contradictory to the buy low, sell high wisdom, right? They give it a strong buy when it's up, which is when you should be selling, and they give it a strong sell when it's down, which is when you should be buying. And, most people, when you're not actually following along what's going on inside your 401k, inside your IRA, then you don't know if you're buying low or selling high. You're just assuming that somebody else is taking care of what you've got going on better than you could yourself. And, we believe that within real estate that's not the case. You can take control of your financial future. You can take control of the outcome of your life. And we suggest that everybody at least look into doing that. You all right?
Yeah.
Lights. No.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to distract you.
Sorry about that, guys. Tom's in here knocking out lights and all that kind of fun stuff. So where is your life headed? Where is your plan for 2019? 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan? And does it make sense for you? I was sitting down with somebody over the weekend, and we were talking about his 1 year goal, and then he had a 3 to 5 year goal. Well, and what I pointed out to him was, hey, what's what happens between 1 and 3 years, right? He actually took the time, put a little effort into trying to set some goals. But I think a lot of times when we're setting goals, we're not being completely realistic, or we're not breaking them down the way they should be broken down, right? And he had a what he wanted to happen in 1 year and what he wanted to happen in 3 to 5 years, but year 2 and year 3 were just kind of skipped over. And I think a lot of times when we set a goal too big or we set a goal too far without filling in the middle, right? The middle is where it happens. The middle is the meat of the deal there. Like, you've got to have some kind of broken down steps to get you to where you're going and to reach those goals. And when you set a goal out, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, you've got to be able to break that down into actionable items that you can perform on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis, right? Those are the things that help you reach those goals. And if you can't break a goal down, if your goal is too vague, if your goal is too vague, you're not gonna get it. It's like people say, oh, New Year's coming, I want to lose weight, and I've heard Tom have conversations with people before, and they say, yeah, I'd like to lose weight. Well, how much? Oh, 15 pounds. Well, cut off your arm, right? If you cut off your arm, you'll lose weight, but that's not really, what you want. You don't want to lose weight. You want to burn fat, right? Or, if people say, I want to gain weight, right? Well, just eat a bunch. Well, that's not what you're looking to do. You want to work out. You want to gain muscle and increase, your muscle mass and things like that. So you've got to be a little more specific on those goals as you're planning out for your next year. Because when you're vague in your goals, they're not going to come to fruition. You're not going to have an actionable step to complete that goal. And he says, you can't plan the ends and not plan the means. Andy, that is very true. You've got to fill in the gaps, right? Otherwise, you're just waiting for that goal to happen and kind of hoping that life is going to steer you in the right direction. And when you don't have actionable steps for that to happen, then you're not going to get there. Lola says good morning. Steve, good morning. Good to see you guys. So 2019, everybody gets in that time of year where it's January, right? You go to the gym. You see the gym is just jam-packed. For people that are going to be there from January to probably about February 15th, they go out for Valentine's Day and overdo it, and then the next day they don't make it to the gym, and then they don't make it back the day after that. And it's very similar in real estate. If you go to, a lot of these real estate, the big events and things like that, you'll see more people there in January, February, and March than you will any other time of the year. And I think the reason is because people start off with good intentions. They make a good plan, right? They say, "Oh, I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna get something done in real estate this year." So they start showing up to these networking events. They start trying to build some relationships, but they don't have an actionable plan, right? They've got a goal. They want to succeed in real estate. Well, what does that look like? For some people, succeed in real estate means, I did a flip. For some people, it means I bought 20, buy and hold properties. So when you say something like I want to succeed in real estate, that doesn't really give you very good, breakdown to produce action on those items, right?
2 minutes to commercial.
So when you see all these people there and you ask them, hey, what is your goal for 2019? Oh, I'm gonna get this real estate thing going. Well, what does that mean? You're gonna get this real estate thing going? It's like, what are you doing now? What are you here trying to accomplish? You're at this networking event, right? You've come to this real estate event or workshop or anything related to the field because you're trying to get this real estate thing going, but you don't have a goal for that specific event, right? So you're just kind of driving blind. When you go to a networking event or anything you're doing on a daily basis, you need to have an expected outcome for that action that you're taking place. If you're going to a networking event because you're looking for a deal, then you need to be looking for wholesalers that have deals. If you're going to an event because you're looking for money to finance a flip, then you need to be looking for people that have money that they want to lend.
1 minute to commercial.
Right? If you're looking for certain type of vendor or mortgage provider or property manager, find those people. Don't have a goal when you get there. Have a goal before you get there and pursue that action while you're there. Don't just show up blindly, because if you think about it, that specific event that day of your life can be very a mirror image of a whole year for you, right? It's your whole year. Hey, I'm going to show up, but I don't really have the goal narrowed down, so I don't really know what action to perform. So here at Right Path, we try to get people on to set those goals and to be a little more specific and be a little more realistic as well, because oftentimes we find that people will set a goal and really mean that goal, but it's unrealistic. And we can talk a little bit more about that on the other side of the break. But if you would like to get your new year started off right, we've got an event coming up tomorrow evening at 6:30 at 13501 Katy Freeway. You can go to www.rightpathrealestate.com and register for that event. It is our Wealth Through Real Estate workshop, and that'll be tomorrow night at 6:30. So we'd love to have you out. And we will see you on the other side of the break.
Mics are off.
Thanks, sir. How long do we have?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, thank you.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
1 minute to
Do
come
you have
back.
cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Coming back, stand by.
That's foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110.
Mics are hot.
Welcome back to the show, Right Path Real Estate. My name is Daniel Gollinger, 713-785-1817. We are a call-in show. You don't, necessarily have to have a question. Sometimes you can just have a comment. So please feel free to, call in and share if you've got something you'd like to share about your 2019 plan, related to real estate. So we were talking before the break. We were talking about, goal setting, and we were, oftentimes people set goals that are unrealistic, right? So, you get a lot of people in the real estate crowd. They've, unfortunately, they flood the market with things like, you can do this with no money, no credit, no job, other people's money. All true, right? But what I can tell you is, you can do life with no money, no credit, no job as well. So imagine doing that, and you see those folks, right? They're typically holding some sort of sign or something like that. They're doing life with no money, no job, no credit, but it's hard. And so, real estate's no different than life. It's it can be done without those things, but it's pretty hard. So when setting goals, I think it's important not just to be specific, but to be realistic. You got a guy that, great guy, hard worker, say he's making, $60,000 a year, supports his family, year after year, no issues, upstanding citizen, all that good stuff, right? Does everything he's supposed to do. And then, you come in and you say, hey, you want to get involved in real estate? set some goals, and the goal is, well, I want to make $100,000 a year passively. Okay, well, let's talk about that for a minute, right? If you've never done that working, that might be a little bit of a stretch to get there without working, right? To go from making $60,000 a year actively to making $100,000 a year passively, there may be a disconnect between those two things, right? So it's important that the goal is not only specific but realistic. So if you're looking for some kind of tool to help you, set your goals and things like that, Google SMART goals. There's PDFs and things like that. It's a worksheet that you can use, and SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-oriented goals. So we've talked about specific, right? Now we got to talk about measurable, right? Can the goal be measured? If you can't measure what you're doing, if you can't track your results to make sure that you are headed in the right direction, then how are you going to know that what you're doing is the correct action that you need to complete that goal, right? If you're not tracking the activity that you're doing on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Here at RightPath, we have a metric sheet that our students, fill out and send in to show that they're, performing certain tasks to reach the goals that they've set out for themselves in their real estate, career. And they fill out those metric sheets, KPIs, what we call key performance indicators, right? Because you have to be following and tracking those things. If it gets measured, then you can see that it's working. And typically it's those things that we measure that have the most success. It's exercise and dieting and all that things are for losing weight and that sort of thing. One of the easiest things you can do, obviously it takes some commitment and dedication, but if you were to track and log every single thing you consumed on a daily basis, you would be surprised that without even intentionally cutting back in doing the right thing as far as eating healthy and that sort of thing, just tracking it will automatically send you in the right direction with those goals. So it's got to be measurable, right? It's got to be attainable. We talked about the goal being a realistic goal. The goal has to be attainable. I'm probably never going to run a 4-minute mile, right? Can I run a mile? I could probably accomplish that. But I'm pushing 40 years old. I'm a pretty good sized guy. Setting a goal to run a 4-minute mile in the next 6 months, probably not smart goal. You'll hear Tom talk about playing basketball, right? Super athletic guy, quick, good shot, all that, but he's not setting a goal to dunk anytime soon, right? So he hears me back there. Sorry about that. So the goal has to be attainable, right? And finally, it has to be next it has to be relevant. If you've got a plan for your 2019 year, and you set a goal that doesn't pertain to what your overall picture looks like, if you're setting a goal that doesn't help you reach where you're trying to get to, then the goal's got to be relevant. I find a lot of times, when we create tasks for ourselves and things like that, just the simple act of creating a checklist and checking things off releases a certain endorphin in the brain, right? That makes you feel accomplished. That makes you feel like you're on the right track and doing the right thing. So if you complete a bunch of tasks that aren't relevant to that goal and to what you want your life to look like, you'll still feel productive. But those things will be irrelevant to where you're trying to get to. So you want to make sure that the goals that you're setting are relevant. And then they've got to be time-oriented. Last but not least, every goal needs to have a time set for it. Very often in life, we want to set a goal for ourselves, but we don't put the end date. And when there's no end date, then in our mind we're constantly telling ourselves we're working on it, right? And I'm gonna even add another thing to this SMART system is, you have to tell somebody. I think a lot of times, accountability is super important when you make a goal. Find somebody that can hold you accountable, whether it's a spouse, a business partner, somebody that you're friends with in the industry that you're in, a real estate buddy, anything of that sort. If you're setting a goal in your life and you're keeping it a secret, there's there's something rooted there. There's a reason you're keeping that goal a secret. One is because you don't want to have to be held accountable to that goal. And I think even deeper than that, you think you probably can't achieve that goal. And if you're having to keep that goal a secret, you might want to look into why that is. Because if nobody else knows about that goal, it makes it much easier to not complete that goal, to fail, if you will, when nobody knows. Right? If nobody else knows about that goal and you don't complete it, does it really matter that much? As humans, we want to be seen in a good light by other people. We want to, appear to be successful. We want to be looked kindly upon from others. And, oftentimes we're afraid that if we don't complete that goal or we don't reach a goal or get close to it, that we're going to let other people down. So oftentimes we may keep those goals to ourselves so we don't have to be held accountable by other folks. So you want to make sure that you've set a time clock, right? You want to make sure that you've set, boundaries for those goals. They can't be never-ending, ongoing goals. They've got to be time-specific. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-oriented. That is the SMART goal system. I implore you to look that up, and you've got 14 days left, 2 weeks until 2019 comes, and then it's off to the races. But what I can tell you is, in this business, waiting till January 1st to get started means you're starting in February, maybe even March, right? This is a pipeline business. These are, it's not start today and see results
2 minutes of
today.
commercial.
So, if a lot of people, take the holidays off, they take off November and December, or December and January, or they slow down a lot, and you'll hear a lot of people, there's no deals, it's slow this time of year. And, the people that I talk to, I can tell you, here with what we're doing, November was super busy. I think somewhere around 12, 13 deals that we did in November. And I can tell you, other good friends of mine in this industry that are, pushing through the holidays, that aren't turning things off, that aren't slowing down. They've had monumental months as well for November and December. So, but the thing is, if you're going to have a good January, right, you've got to set that up in November and December. If you're going to have a good February, you've got to set that up in December and January. It doesn't happen. I'm going to have a good February, so I'm going to get started and
1 minute to
really
commercial.
push the gas on February. No, you've got to hit the gas now in order to get where you're going in January and February. So, the new year started a couple of weeks ago. So if you don't have your goals ready to go for the new year, then you're already behind. So I say today's, it's a Monday. It's a good day for planning out the week, but it's also a good day for planning out next year. So sit down with whoever it is you work with, and if it's, just by yourself, then sit down with yourself in a quiet place and, start to structure what you want next year to look like. I know we've done that here at Right Path, and looking forward to seeing the success of a lot of our students. And, our group is going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to make moves in the market, and we're really looking forward to our 2019. So look forward to hearing from you on the other side of the break. Again, 713-785-1817, Right Path Real Estate.
Mics are off.
Time is money in a real estate.
Hey, do you know how to do the last
If your
break?
Insurance company is slow or non-responsive.
I don't know
you
what
could
you're
lose
asking
a
me.
deal like that.
It's
You need
it's a
quick
really
turnaround on
short
quotes
break.
or
Yes,
binders.
I know it's
The
like
agency
4
for
minutes,
that
right?
is Benchmark Insurance Group
Yeah.
of Texas.
Okay.
The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset.
I'll count you
They
down.
know
I'll
what
tell you how
need
much
and
time you
when
got
need.
left.
Awesome, thank
We're
you.
here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10
Jeff
years.
Gill,
and we
what's
insure
going
over
on, my
30,000
man?
properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor
Tell
package.
Claire I said hello.
Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353.
What's going on, JC?
That's 281-569-4353.
Hi, Ashley.
Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com.
Hello, Nora.
That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
30 seconds to come back.
Hello,
Copy
real estate
that.
investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget
Coming back,
about
stand
our
by.
famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
You found or inherited a great investment property.
Oops, sorry,
Problem is,
another-
you don't
we
know
got
how
another
much it's
break.
worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
This is Business 1110.
Coming back.
Welcome back to the show. Daniel Gollinger, right past.
Hold on, you're not. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's called jumping the gun.
All right, mics are hot.
Welcome back to the show. Daniel Gollinger, right past real estate. So we've been talking about setting up for 2019. If you've had an interest, deep, dark recesses back of your mind in real estate. If you haven't had an interest in real estate, but you've had an interest in retirement, if you've had an interest in taking control of your financial future, if you've had an interest in creating a life of abundance, you need to come check us out. Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m., 13501. Katy Freeway. Tom will be giving a presentation on how to build wealth through real estate. I think that's something that everybody should take the time to take a look at. So if that's something that you haven't taken a look at, come on out and check us out. We'd love to have you out and show you how to get your 2019 where you wish your 2018 would have been, right? The more people I talk to in this industry, the only regrets I can ever find are, I wish I would have started sooner. I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have done more. So don't wait till 2020 to wish you would have had a better 2019. Use the last 2 weeks of 2018 to make sure that you have a better 2019. So you can register for our event at www.rightpathrealestate.com. If you can't make it out Tuesday night, we've also got one going on Thursday at 12. And
2 minutes.
You can register for either one of those there on the website. We won't be doing any over the holiday break. So if you want to come check out what we've got going on and get involved with us and see what we're doing here at Right Path Real Estate before the new year, this is the week to do it. So you can go online and register and come out and meet the team and see what we're about. Because like I said earlier, setting goals is important, but planning your life with those goals. Maybe this year it's time to put a little more time into planning your life than it is your vacation. And see if you can create the life that you want. Because if there's one thing I can tell you is that it doesn't just happen. It's not something that just falls from the sky. We can hope and we can pray and do the right thing, but without action, you're not gonna get the results that you want. So
1 minute.
Take your first step of action. Make the decision to come out and see real estate for the first time, or if it's not for the first time, if you've looked at it before, maybe you've been to some other real estate things and it didn't quite give you the information that you needed, and you're looking for somebody that will be completely transparent and help you understand exactly how to do what we do in this market and how to build wealth through real estate.
30 seconds.
Then definitely go to www.rightpathrealestate.com and register for our event. And we hope to see you there. And Tom will be on tomorrow with
20 seconds.
Build Your Team Tuesday. So we look forward to having y'all out. Get your questions ready for Facebook. Feel free to call in tomorrow.
10 seconds.
Ask all the questions you need, 713-785-1817. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday, everybody.
Mics are off.
Thanks, sir. All right, Facebook, y'all have a good day.